Wonderful introductions. I deeply appreciate your kind words, your support, and most importantly, your friendship. I would also like to thank all of you for taking time out of your very busy schedules to join me here this evening for this campaign kickoff event. It's appropriate that we gather at O'Connell's Pub in the month of St. Patrick in support of a candidate whose great-grandparents were born in County Mayo, Ireland, nearly 100 years ago. It is with great pleasure that I stand before you tonight as a candidate for re-election to the Framingham School Committee. It has been a distinct honor and privilege for me to serve as a member of your school committee for the past 3 years and as chairman since last April. I have been extremely fortunate to work with such an outstanding group of school committee members who bring a variety of backgrounds and talents to the job. Adam Blummer, Ricky Finley, Beverly Hugo, Andy Lemary, David Miles, Carol Phelan. Thank you for your tireless service to the young people of Framingham and for being a wonderful colleague to me in that service for the past 3 years. I look forward to continuing my work on behalf of the young people of Framingham with each of the members of the school committee individually and collectively to advance the educational opportunities of all of the children in our care. The past 3 years have been extremely challenging and difficult ones for us in public service. 5 short months after I took office, the country descended into the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. Local and state revenues plunged, budgets were cut, people were let go, programs were curtailed or eliminated. Many of our fellow citizens are still suffering in this elusive jobless recovery. We have faced a number of challenges as a community and as a school system during the past 3 years. We were called upon to set priorities and to make hard and difficult decisions, many of which were not popular, yet quite necessary given the economic situation that confronted us. As many of you know, prior to moving to Framingham in 1992, I lived in Randolph, where I had the pleasure of serving on their school committee from 1982 until 1991. I believe that the 9 years of experience that I gained serving as a member of the Randolph School Committee with nearly 2 years as chairman was of extraordinary benefit to me in facing the challenges that we had to face during the past 3 years. My experience in developing and evaluating school budgets, negotiating union contracts, voting on a variety of educational policy matters, and lobbying state and federal officials on school funding matters dating back to 1982 have been a benefit to our citizens and most especially to our young people. The ability to listen to diverse opinions, to seek consensus, to demonstrate sound judgment, to involve a variety of divergent constituencies, and to make difficult decisions in a fair and impartial way were skills that I honed serving in Randolph and I brought to bear on the job here in Framingham in this critical period. This experience will continue to be a benefit to the community and to our young people if I'm fortunate enough to be re-elected on April 5th. I truly believe we are turning a corner. On a daily basis, we are seeing signs that indicate that we are emerging and beginning to emerge from a period of economic difficulty. My service on the Randolph School Committee began during the turbulent times following the passage of Proposition 2.5 in 1980 and the Great Recession that we had in 1982. By the mid-80s, with a boost in the state government's contribution of local aid to towns, we were rebuilding the system following years of cuts. We are nearing the point when we can begin to stabilize the school system here following several years of devastating reductions. And yes, we may even be able to begin to talk about rebuilding soon. I believe that my 12 years experience as a school committee member positions me quite well to be a productive part of that renaissance. We will need to be ever mindful during the rebuilding process of our obligation to make sure that what we do is sustainable over the long term through whatever ups and downs we may have. We should constantly be assessing the programs we offer to make sure these are still serving the purpose that they were intended for. We should support those programs that meet this test and be willing to sunset those that do not. And of course, we must continuously be looking for new and innovative programs that have proven to be effective in preparing young people to become productive members of an ever-changing global economy. This is the essence of a dynamic and evolving, forward-looking school system. During the second term, I will focus on the following priorities: securing sufficient budgetary support to maintain the quality of the Framingham schools, negotiating contracts with employees and vendors that are fair, yet affordable and sustainable, continuing the focus on student achievement for all students within the system, exploring additional town and school consolidations that result in efficiencies and savings, and supporting core principles such as consensus building and collaboration, transparency, and public participation in decisions. As for consensus building and collaboration, I am extremely proud of the role I have played in building strong and solid working relationships between the school committee and other town boards, departments, and officials, as well as with town meeting. We have worked very hard to build strong, collaborative, and effective relationships with the Board of Selectmen, the town meeting standing committees, town meeting members, and the Finance Committee. This has allowed us to achieve many of the goals as a board during the past 3 years. The efforts of the school committee, working closely with other town boards and officials, have resulted in a $600,000 boost to the fiscal year 9 school budget, due in large part to Jason Smith's efforts, and a $400,000 increase in the fiscal year 11 school budget, thanks to the work that Dennis, Giambetti, and I were able to put together at the Springtown meeting. I will work hard in the second term to continue our success in this area to the benefit of the young people of Framingham. Our commitment to public information and transparency. During the past 3 years, the school committee has continued its ongoing long-term commitment to providing public information in as transparent a means as possible by expanding the use of the district website, standardizing a variety of financial documents reviewed at finance subcommittee meetings, and developing grant reporting tools as suggested by Town Finance Committee and Carol Sanchez in particular. In 2010, the school committee significantly expanded the documentation posted on the Framingham Public School website. The school committee page now currently has a financial and district data tab that contains budget materials and presentations dating back to fiscal year 2006, current in-force union contracts with all of our unions, enrollment statistics, and school year data going back to 2007, an English language learner report, a special education report, a 10-year facilities plan, and the fiscal year 12 capital budget plan. While all of this information was publicly available, this consolidation of information on the website has significantly improved its accessibility to the public. Our Finance Subcommittee meets in open session on a monthly basis to review information and financial reports routinely generated by school staff, and in some cases those requested by the Town Finance Committee. School Committee member Adam Blummer has provided outstanding leadership as convener of the Finance Subcommittee for the past 2 years. Members David Miles and Ricky Finley have contributed enormously to the efforts of the Finance Subcommittee, bringing to bear many years of experience as school committee members and as town meeting members. On behalf of the school committee, I would like to express our sincere thanks to our business director, Ed Godcott, and school accountant, Melissa Dunay, for their expertise in providing those materials in an easy and understandable format. The school committee remains committed to continuously and aggressively broaden